Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Do They Miss You spread for my lovely, fantastic Libras. If this does not resonate with you and you like your own personal custom reading, please click the link in the description box down below. This is Book Your Own Personal Custom Reading. With that being said, I'm going to shuffle the cards 3 times in a row. If you didn't know, now you do know, and I genuinely hope you have a wonderful day, night, or evening, whatever time of day it is for you. Now, with that being said, just a little bit of a side note. You know, I'm full of side notes in the beginning. YouTube is just has not been showing my content. I have no idea why. So if you want to hit that notification bell to get notified, feel free. It's not like it's going to do anything anyway, but it's worth a try. Also, if you want to maybe check up on my YouTube every once in a while to see if I upload, you could do that too. A lot of people just have been informing me, even though I upload, they don't get notifications. So, have no idea. Maybe YouTube will fix it. Maybe they won't. Have no idea. But anyways, doesn't matter. Let's get the shuffles on and get right into your reading. So the first question that we're going to be asking today is, how do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? So, let's find out together. My lovely, fantastic Libras. Oh my goodness. How do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? Well, essentially, they're not feeling too hot about you. They're feeling quite beat up, defeated in the situation, feeling really negative, and feeling quite passionate about this negativity. That's unfortunate. Let's continue on. How else do they feel about you? How else do they feel about you? How else do they feel about you? The Empress. The Empress could be representing of either fertility, so basically somebody is pregnant in the situation, which will make a bad situation worse, or essentially it could be, you know, somebody that is like a motherly figure, you know, really stepping into their, you know, this other person's life and, you know, communicating things and whatnot. So either or, this is the main central theme. And how else do they feel about you? How else do they feel about you? How else do they feel about you? The Queen of Wands. This is actually quite a good card to get. Queen is representing of being patient. Wands is representing of sexual want, need, and desire. And then particularly this person is like an Aphrodite type, if you will. Somebody that gets what they want. They're very charming. They get, you know, material wealth and stuff like that. So I feel like they do view you very highly in that regard. But they are feeling a bit defeated and upset about a couple other things. So that's how they feel about you. What is the blockages between you and this individual that's causing you guys not to see eye to eye on things necessarily? So what are the blockages between you and them? What are the blockages between you and them? What are the blockages between you and them? So the first blockage here is the Ace of Pentacles. So this could mean that somebody wanted to be in a relationship with another individual, vice versa, and that they were not accepted very politely, essentially. They were like, hey, here's my pentacle. Will you date me? Will you marry me? Or whatever. And the person was like, nah, I'm good. I'm out. I don't feel like being a part of this situation. And so this definitely is a blockage between you and this other individual. And what else are the blockages between you and them? What else are the blockages between you and them? What else are the blockages between you and them? The World card. So basically somebody needs to have a completion of a cycle. So somebody needs to end something maybe over there. I gotta sneeze. Somebody got to end something over there in order to have a renewal of a situation somewhere else. So they need to complete that cycle, and this is the main central theme. So that whether that be you, whether that be them, regardless, there is an issue, and this is what the issue is. Alrighty, so what else are the blockages between you and them? What else are the blockages between you and them? What else are the blockages between you and them? Somebody is crying over spilled milk. So what that means is that somebody is upset about the cups of love that has spilled over in the past, all the negativity, everything that's really horrible and, you know, not really easy to deal with. Somebody is just super not happy about it, and they're just constantly on the negativity train, if you will, and not letting go of the situation. So, and they're not looking at the cups of love that are behind them. That could be very positive and wonderful and great, but they're just like, I don't see it, I don't want to see it. It's not something that is there, essentially. So what are the blockages? Well, rejection. Somebody needs to finish something in another place, and they cannot get over cups of love that have fallen over, and issues that have, you know, been there before, essentially. So do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they want to be with you? And do they want you, you know, have some type of relationship. Are they thinking about you? So let's gonna give this a good shuffle and figure out together if it's worth your time or not. So, do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? Well, they're looking at their options here. Basically, what that means is that they're kind of like, I'm looking out. I'm like, hey, there's another option out here that I could go for. There's other options that I'm also have my hand on, and there's 3 options behind me that I could go for. Basically, what this means is that they're not necessarily thinking about you. They're looking at their future, and they're like waiting for their ships to sail in, and they're like, hey, anything can happen. I could get another person over here. I could do another person over there. Essentially, it's like their mindset with it. And do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? They're holding their pentacles close to their heart, so they're holding on for short success. They don't want to move forward in the situation. They're, they don't want to get hurt, so they're just not going to be, having their heart out on their sleeve anymore. They're just going to be like, well, hey, I'm here, I'm going to show you what I got, but I'm not going to give you the entire thing. They're not going to give you everything, and they're going to be a bit negative when it comes to it. And this is the main central theme. Honestly, kind of crazy what's happening. Not a very positive read, to be honest. Do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? Well, they're trying to gain the strength and confidence to do something that they may not be in their comfort zone to do. And so essentially, what I am inferring from the situation and inferring from this reading overall is they're not necessarily missing you. They're feeling more like upset, and they're just not able to get over it, and they're dealing with a lot of personal issues that they're projecting on you, and it's definitely not going in a positive direction. So, the question is, do they want you back in their life? 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 They want some type of justice to be had. Don't come at me, I'm the tarot reader. They want something to be done in the situation. I'm not sure as to what they would like to be done in the situation, but definitely they are having some issues, and they want to have a balance there, and they want to have justice overall and to be had. So, what do they want you back in their life? Do they want you back in their life? Do they want you back in their life? Ooh, the Lover's card. The Lover's card is the most positive card out of this whole spread that I see, honestly, if I'm being real. Essentially, they are feeling some type of love towards you. There isn't complete just negativity between you and them. They do care about you deep in their heart. There is some residual love there, I'm completely sure. But just be aware that they are going through a lot of ups and downs. So coming back to the question here is, do they want you back in their life? Well, I do feel like they do have some type of residual, like, hey, maybe if I do this, maybe they can come back into my life and things can work out. They're hopeful, essentially. They're not like, oh my God, 100% yes, but they're hopeful for it. All right, and so do they want you back in their life? Do they want you back in their life? Do they want you back in their life? Well, it seems like maybe their family's kind of pushing for this, to be honest, because, this is the family card, the inheritance card, moving forward with monetary value and stuff like that. So I do feel like they are wanting some type of justice in regards to the lovers, and their families is kind of like, oh, maybe, this person really, they got stuff going on. Why don't you go before them? Why can't you, date them? Stuff like that. So, do they want you back in their life? Maybe not to their own accord. Their family definitely wants you back in their life, though, that's for sure. So, let's get some advice. It's not a positive reading. No, not at all. But it is a reading nonetheless, so. Let's see what they have to say to you. I'm gonna shuffle this up. I always get the same few cards, and I don't know why. And I want to pick worth waiting for, let go of control issues. Okay, so apparently the cards, the advice is, it's worth waiting for. Divine timing is all in the work of love. So they're like, hey, it may not be working out right now. They may be having some issues with themselves and with you. But later on, maybe way later on, when they get over whatever they're getting over of, it is worth waiting for. But I'd say, have a good time in the meantime. And let go of control issues. Maybe you're having some issues with this individual and you want to be able to be like, hey, why are you acting like this? You know, just let them do their thing, let them fly, do the wind thing, allow the situation to unfold naturally. It's not, don't rush into things. It's not going to work out in your favor at all. It's just going to make things worse. So if you really want to go for this, you have the free will to or to not go forth with it. But the suggestion is to let go of control issues and wait a little bit for them to just figure out what the heck's going on. So, with that being said, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you want to see my videos and content like this one, hit the notification bell to get notified when I upload my videos every single week. Here's my videos over here that YouTube's recommended for you to go watch. Good luck in your endeavors and take care. Bye.